All right. Let's see if we can get a few more kiddos in here before we get started. Good morning, Melanie. Good morning, Jackie. Hi, Kylie. All right, guys, so we are getting started with Module 11. So now we are going into the EverFi Financial Literacy. That is the EverFi program that we're going to use right now. So remember, we did marketplaces. We finished the marketplaces course. Now we're going to do lessons in your EverFi Financial Literacy, that course. Hi, Aiden. Okay. Also, I want to tell you, I don't know what was going on, but I extended your Module 9 Lesson 7 quiz until tomorrow. So you have until tomorrow to complete that. Okay. Hopefully you guys have completed your Module 10 Lesson 1. And you went through and you looked at the register to vote. And for my gentleman, you went and did the selective service if you're 18. Hi, Sadie. So like I said, we are getting started in Module 9, or Module 11, Financial Literacy. So this is the EverFi Financial Literacy course. And we're going to do Module 0 through 3 this week, which covers banking, taxes, and budgeting. All right. All right, so I do have to let you know that they have decided to move forward senior due dates and final exams. So you guys are actually going to take your exams before the rest of the kids. You're going to start yours ahead of time, which also means your last day to turn in work is now Friday, May 12th at 11:59 p.m. That is on our homepage on every one of the course pages, okay? And then this is your senior final exam schedule. Now, I put out an announcement on Friday that says new due dates and final exam schedule. So that is already in there. And I'll keep reminding you like I always do. Hi, Gabriel. So on Friday, May 12th, you'll take your first and second period finals. On Monday, May 15th, you'll take our third and fourth period finals. Hi, Jamie Lett. And then on Tuesday, May 16th, you'll take your fifth and sixth period final exams. On the day of your final, taking your final exam is going to count for your attendance that day in that class. So, because obviously you're in honor lock, so you can't like be in an open class and be taking your final exam, okay? Remember, your final exam is a one and done. There's no 3 tries on that one. It is a one and done. Yes, we're going to get the review out there for you. Ms. Hall and I think are working on like a Kahoot. So we will get to that point, okay? Does anybody have any questions about the due date and your final exam dates? Anybody? All good? All right, I wanted to get that out there right away before we started doing it. All right, so bell ringer. Today is World Circus Day. Have you ever been to a circus or even Cirque du Soleil? If so, what was your favorite part of the show that you saw? And you can unmute or you can type in the chat. Anybody? So you've never been to a circus? Well, hi, Juliana. Okay. Have any of you guys been to a circus? I think, oh, you have, Franchon? What do you remember about it? I think, Will, if you'd been to one, you would probably remember it. They kind of tend to stand out. And the reason why I ask is when I was younger, we used to have the Ringling Brothers Circus would come here every year. And that was something that we did. I mean, like I have memories of going like every year all throughout elementary, junior high, even into high school. Has anybody else been to a circus, or have any of you guys been to any of the Cirque du Soleil shows? Hi, Melissa. You got to walk on the long stilts? That is super cool. Love that one. You got to learn how to type how to juggle. That's really cool. I always liked the trapeze shows, which is a lot of what Cirque du Soleil does. Cirque du Soleil took that from the traditional circus shows, the trapeze. And in fact, I know there are still schools. It used to be really, really big. Now it's not quite so big, where you could actually go to trapeze school and learn how to do the trapeze, which I thought was always really cool. Oh my goodness. I'm like torn. Like, you have been, Will? Like, I think the idea of riding a unicycle sounds really cool, but um, my family calls me Grace for a reason. So I just have visions of me getting on a unicycle and crashing. Hi, Brooke. You've done aerial, like aerial acrobatics, Juliana? Or you went to the Cirque? Oh, yeah? Awesome. Cool. All right. Well, hopefully for some of you guys, I brought back some fun memories, some fun thoughts before we get started into our financial literacy. All right, so the standards, we're going to look at, you started crying, Brooke? Why did you cry? Oh, when they were doing with the tigers and like the chairs and all of that. Yeah, I didn't like that part of it because they're trying to get the tigers wild because everybody wants to hear them, right? And yet you have to have something to protect yourselves. Um, because I'm pretty sure all of them look like nice little snacks to those tigers, right? Exactly. All right, so we're going to analyze alternatives and consequences of financial decision making and talking about developing financial goals, locating and evaluating financial information, and we're going to develop and evaluate a personal finance plan. Okay. All right. So we're going to do EverFi banking first. I've got a quick PowerPoint that I want to go over with you, and then we're going to talk about the EverFi banking app that you guys are going to do. So let me open up. All right. So the first question are, what are financial institutions and what three primary purposes do they serve? So financial institutions are companies engaged in the business of dealing with financial and monetary transactions like deposits, loans, investments, and currency exchanges. Hi, Ipu. And the two main kind that we talk about are generally banks, hi, Magdalene, and credit unions. Okay. So commercial banks are financial institutions that offer checking and savings accounts. They receive deposits of money. They extend credit by providing loans. Sounds familiar, right? The bank charges you interest if you borrow money from them because they're going to make money. And then that's interest charged. Interest earned is the bank pays you money for the use of their money, right? So, like a savings account or a money market checking account, you can earn interest on the money you have in there. Traditionally, in your savings account and your checking account, the interest that you get from them is teeny, itty bitty tiny, right? It's when you start looking at certificates of deposits like CDs, that's where you start seeing higher interest rates and higher amount of money being paid. Okay. Oh, let me go back. Which do you think is higher, interest charged or interest earned? Which interest rate do you think is higher? Do you think the interest that the bank charges on loans is higher, or the interest that we get for them using our money in our checking and savings account is higher? Which do you guys think? Anybody tell me? You think that's higher? Actually, it's opposite. You earn very little from like checking and savings interest, but you get charged a lot more for loans. So flip it. So oops, let me go back. So credit unions are cooperative associations that serve only their members. They offer checking and savings account as well as grant loans. The interest rates on loans are usually less at a credit union than at commercial banks, but you also have to be a member of the credit union to take advantage of that. Banks and other financial institutions primarily serve to offer checkings and savings accounts to customers, take deposits, provide loans. And we've kind of talked about the Fed before, back when we were talking about the government, right? The banks, the Fed, fractional reserve banking. We've also talked about it this semester as well. Remember, the Federal Reserve is the bank's bank, right? They're the ones who loan money to the banks, and then the banks loan the money to us, right? So you see money going back and forth because the Federal Reserve charges interest to the banks, right? They don't go, here's money out of the goodness of our hearts. They're like, here's some money and you owe us this amount. And so the banks, when they give loans, right, when they give loans to us, they have to pay not only what the rate is to the Fed, right, but they need to make money as well. So that's when we see our interest rates going up. And then so they provide loans, and then the public provides deposits. So fractional reserve, oops, let me go back, is when banks hold only a small portion of deposits to cover potential withdrawals and loans, and the rest of the money goes out. So the banks make money through interest. That's why those rates are higher than what they give us. I said the Federal Reserve is a central bank. It regulates our nation's money supply, and they oversee all the financial institutions. If we all went to the bank to withdraw money at the same time, there would be a bank run, right? Is this sounding familiar? 1920s with the bank run, with the stock market crash in 1929. We just had those two banks that failed over spring break. So, okay, we're not going to do the money multiplier today, just because we're going to get into that when we get into the other simulations that we're going to get into. So I want to go past, yeah, we're going to stop there on the notes. So let me come back to this. All right. So I want you guys to open up your Clever and click on your EverFi app, please. And then give me a thumbs up when you guys all have your financial literacy course open in EverFi. You should be able to in the live session. Uh-huh. So I need to know when you guys all have the financial literacy course open in EverFi. So Isaiah has his open. What about the rest of you guys? I need you to get that open, please. Okay, Will has his open. Aiden has his. Kylie has hers. Okay. Jamie Led has hers. And Aaliyah has hers. Okay. Miko and Aiden and Brooke and friend Sean and Gabriel and Heidi, Jackie, Julia. Like, I need you guys to get yours open because I need you to go with me step by step here. I want to make sure you guys are getting into the right area. So once you open up the financial literacy app in EverFi, instead of clicking on buildings, you're going to see little circles all along the bottom. So you're going to click today on the circle titled Banking Basics. And just like you did in the marketplace lessons, you're going to complete the lesson, answer questions, go through videos, etc. And at the very end, you're going to take a 10-question assessment. Once you have taken the 10-question assessment, you'll get, here's your assessment grade. I need you guys to take a screenshot of your entire computer screen so that I see your tab that tells me the lesson, the assessment percentage that you got, and your name up in the top right corner. And that is the screenshot that you are going to submit. It's going to be just like this. So here's EverFi Financial Literacy. Here is the main landing page. You're going to click on the Banking Basics. Once you've clicked on there, you go through the lesson. At the end, you take your assessment. At the end of the assessment, you get a page like this. I need all three. I need the lesson tab that tells me Banking Basics. That's the assessment score you got for the Banking Basics, and this is yours. I need all three, or you're going to get minimum F. Please submit the correct screenshot. Does anybody have any questions about what I'm asking you to complete? Because you're going to do this right now while you're with me. This is a summative grade, and you can complete this while you are in the Google Meet with me. It's not like the quizzes where you can't have, Honor Lock and the Meet open at the same time. You can stay in the Meet and you can complete your EverFi banking. So I need you guys to do that. Any questions about what you're supposed to be doing? Or can somebody repeat it back to me, what it is you guys are supposed to be doing? Are you guys going to respond to me? Anybody? Somebody? No? Nobody wants to tell me? All right, so do you want me to try and play the music? The study music or the thinking music? Okay, I'm gonna let it just play quietly in the background. I'm going to leave this particular screen projected because I want you guys to be able to see this so you know this is what I am looking for. I'm still getting a lot of questions about what do you mean submit the correct screenshot, and I've lost track of the number of videos now where I've shown you guys this, so I'm just gonna kind of leave this on here for you guys to actually go through. Just as a quick reminder, the EverFi Banking Basics is due on the 21st. Module 10, Lesson 1, Course Arc, Notebook, and Quiz. Well, the Course Arc and Notebook will close on the 21st. Guys, that's this Friday. The quiz will close on the 28th. And just a quick reminder that we have our small group meet from 12:30 to 2:30 tomorrow. Yes, there will be a remind text. Yes, there will be an announcement. Okay. So that's just our quick little remind, but I'm going to put back this so that you have this visually to help you remember what exactly it is that you're supposed to be submitting. Okay. And I think I'm going to stop the video now, or at least the recording now, because literally all we're doing now is just working our way through EverFi. Okay. Does anybody have any questions?